Hi, everybody. Welcome back. This is our second week in March. I got it right this time, Tinkerbell.
Yes, you did. Nice job. Yay.
I know. Thank you. So I'm Laura Ashley Abraham.
And I'm Connie Smock.
And together we are the Michigan Medium Angels. So I wish you could see her because she's like, the Michigan Medium Angels.
I was going.
So
we
funny.
tried saying it in unison, just really didn't work. It just didn't work. So it works better this way.
It does, yes.
Go ahead, Twink.
Okay, so today, this whole month, basically what we're talking about is luck and abundance, and it can be in different areas of your life. I know we did the abundance challenge in January, but we felt like we wanted to just add onto it this month since it's St. Patrick's Day this month and luck, is included in that. So, but today the topic that we're going to be talking about is desperate vibe. Are you putting out a desperate vibe to what it is that you want to manifest? And what does that look like? And a lot of times people are pushing away the very thing that they want. And it can be in a relationship. It can be with a job. It can be with abundance, with getting along with somebody. All of those things, you can have that energy of pushing what you actually want away from you. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So go ahead, Tink, start us off.
Oh, I
was just gonna say, you look like you're deep in thought. You were like,
I am so deep in thought because there's so much I want to say about this because we didn't talk about what we were going to talk about this. It's just, I've had a lot of clients that I know you have too. They're saying, you know what? I've been doing my manifestations. I'm doing my affirmations. I'm doing all this stuff and I'm not getting what I want. So there are reasons why you're not getting what you want. Either you're blocked from some way, which we're going to talk about later, or it's when the stakes are high, it makes it harder to manifest because you feel like you're desperate. And if you're giving off a desperate vibe, and I just got chills everywhere, so I know it's going to hit home for a lot of people, okay? It's going to feel like, if I don't get this, this will happen, and then fear comes in. Well, that fear is what's going to block you. It's not necessarily the desperation, it's the underlying vibration of fear that you're not going to get something or that you have to get it before a certain time frame. When you can relax and you can just let go. And one of the things that I've been telling, I actually just told a client this, and my guides channeled this, and it made sense to me. Instead of pushing, they said to shift the energy of it. Instead of pushing out and pushing out the vibration of, I want this and this is what I want, and pushing it out this way, shift the energy and let that thing come to you. So how do you do that? What they showed me is which Twink and I do this, and it works every time that we do it. You put this beacon of light above you and you let go and you say, whoever, let's say we're going to take a job, because this has been coming up for me a lot lately with people with jobs. It can be a place, maybe you want to rent a house of yours that's vacant. Maybe you need a house to sell. Maybe your house isn't selling. Maybe you need a relationship to come to you. You've been out there, you've been doing all this stuff, and you've been pushing. Now you need someone to come to you. So this beacon of light is going to be above your head, and it's going to, what you're going to imagine is, how can I be of service? Let's take the job, for instance. How can I be of service? Or maybe you want new clients. Maybe you own your own business and you want new clients. So it can be where, who needs my services? Whoever needs my services, whoever needs me is going to find this light. It's going to come to me. Especially if you've already been putting it out there and you've been putting that action out there. Energy in motion stays in motion. So if you're still doing what you're doing and you're not getting the results you want, then this is when you need to shift the energy. Now, I'm not saying that, let's say you don't go out at all. Let's say it's a job and you don't go out at all. You haven't put any applications in. You haven't talked to anyone. You basically have done nothing and you're just sitting in your house. Chances are maybe the beacon of light would work. it might, because maybe someone may call you out of the blue and say, hey, and someone may talk to you about something, and all of a sudden it sparks a conversation about somebody needing someone to do some work for them. But to me, if you're doing both, this is where the magic happens, because you're putting action out there, but you're also letting go of the outcome, because you're going to put the beacon of light now and shift that energy and let those people come to you now. They're going to find you with that light. That does two things. It takes away the desperate vibe of feeling like you have to find this person, because that's what's happening. You're feeling like, I have to find this job. I have to find this. I have to find this. Remember, feeling is a fuel for manifestation. So that feeling of fear, or that feeling of not enough, or that lack, or if I don't get this job, I'm not going to be able to pay my bills. Well, guess what you're putting out there? Not getting the job and having more bills. So instead of that, it's cancel, clear, delete. Because remember, anything can be rebooted in the universe. So cancel, clear, delete. That beacon of light goes up. You're shifting the energy. How may I be of service? How may I be of service? Those of you who do readings, this is a perfect thing to do. If you're starting to get nervous about readings, I don't know why this is coming up, so somebody must need to hear this. It's shifted to, I have to get this information to help this person, to, how can I be of service, angels? You know what? Just bring me the information through so I can be of service to someone. You're now shifting. It's so weird, because I felt like all of a sudden this like anxiety straight down to calmness right when I said that. So I feel that that's going to help a lot of you guys who are trying to figure out and trying to push and get. Granted, it's good. I want to put a little caveat. Yes, you want to be doing your affirmations. Yes, you want to do your visualizations. Yes, you want to feel what it would feel like to have that job already. But I feel like it's the people who can't let go of the outcome is partially of what's blocking them. There are other reasons that we're going to talk about too, but that's going to be a main one. If you're doing everything and you feel like there aren't any blocks, but you are getting blocked, that's the reason why. You still have some element of fear that's causing or inhibiting the growth, and or and they're actually showing me of things lining up. It's inhibiting things lining up for you, because it's pushing, it's giving that desperate vibe. And I've done that before. No, it's going straight in my throat. When I had my business before and we didn't have money coming in, it's like I felt like, I had to get this business, and that one account, if I didn't get it, it would be devastating. But that's the very thing that pushed me away from getting what I wanted. Instead of saying, if this is a person who needs me, and if this is a person where I can be of service, it'll happen, and let it go. It's hard to do, right, Twink? Go ahead. I know I've kind of said a lot, but go ahead.
No, that was absolutely, that was great, because all the things that you were talking about were the things that I would have said anyway. So, which we do a lot. No, that was great. I was trying to think of as well examples of like some of the clients and some of the things that I've worked through with them on doing that pushing. And I know that that's a really difficult thing, because like Connie was saying too, you want this so much, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I need this. And there's somebody that I was working with too, and she's looking for a job and trying to find this job. And okay, actually there's a couple different scenarios they're showing me of different things they want to talk about. One of them was where we had actually been talking about her finding a job, and she was in a position, and we generally talked about this in our coaching sessions. And I asked her, what do you want? What do you want out of a job in the very beginning? Because you want to define what it is you're looking for, right? And it helps to get specific, but then you also have to let go. So for her, she wanted a job where she was making more money. She wanted to double her income. She wanted to make sure that she had benefits. She wanted better hours. So within a few sessions of us working together, a relative of hers came forward and said, I know of somebody who's looking for, and she wanted something that had her specific degree as well. She wanted to be working in the career with her degree because she had a degree, and what she was doing presently wasn't in that field. So those were the criteria of what she was looking for. So when we were talking, I'm like, okay, so that's what you're looking for. We're just going to put it out. Basically, how you put it out to the universe is you write it down on paper, you get clear in your thoughts of what it is, and you say to your angels and guides, this is what I'm looking for. If this is for my highest and greatest good, thank you so much for helping me to find that career, that position, wherever it is. Show me where it is, bring it forward to me. And again, you can put your resume out, you can tell people what you're looking for. All of those things adds extra vibes and antennas to the universe saying, I am open for this. I'm ready for this. I want to receive this. And what ended up happening was a relative of hers came forward and said, hey, I know somebody who's looking for a person to fill this position, and they want to do an interview, and it's going to be it would be double what you're making. All of the other criteria, it was in her field, plus a company car, plus an allowance for a company car. That was something she didn't even say, seriously. So that is the power of your thought process and what you put out to the universe. She didn't get stuck on it. She let it go, but she was open and receptive to that coming forward. If she had been thinking, I need this, I want this, I have, like, in a desperate way, or in a way, I don't know what I'm going to do, I'm not sure how I'm going to pay my bills, that thought process going over and over, not that she didn't have issues that she needed to work through, but she was able to come at it from a calmer, peaceful space. And the whole point is that there was an opportunity that came forward, that her doing that created an opportunity, whether she gets it or not. And there's actually another opportunity that has come forward since then. So that is how you can leverage the universe and use the universe to help you instead of putting out that desperate vibe. Another scenario too was there's, I know that's relationship too, you know, you can be like holding the space for a specific person. I really, you know, I need this person. I have to be with this person. This is how I feel when I'm with this person. And what our guides have told us too, and what we know to be true, is that if there is a relationship, or if there's a person that you feel very strongly and connected to, it doesn't mean always that they're your person. It could be that there are things you need to learn about yourself from that person. And so again, if it's meant to be, you just put it out there. Show me, what do I need to see about this relationship? Is this the right relationship for me? Because if you're pushing and you're like, I need this person, again, that pushes the energy away. And I've worked so much with clients on this. And once, literally, it happens every time. Once they let go of that specific person and they're like, okay, I'm going to let go. You can cut cords. If you cut cords, it doesn't mean you're leaving, the person is going to leave you. We cut cords with our loved ones and our families all the time. It really helps energetically to not have a drain. So if there is this person, you know, and you're like, okay, if this is meant to be, if I'm meant to be with this person, you know, then I lovingly will, I guess you wouldn't say it that way. I'm just trying to figure out how, because we do cord cutting in different ways, but we'll just say in general, okay, if you're meant to be with this person, you will be with that person. But if you can lovingly let go and detach and think, okay, this person or somebody else that's better for me, for my highest and greatest good, truly, truly believe that. That's part of this. You have to trust that a better person will come forward for you. A better job will come forward for you. If this is not, a better house will come forward for you. If this is not the thing for you, it's not going to work out. And if you can lovingly let go and trust that something better is going to come forward, it will work. And that usually in relationships, when you literally let go, that person, if they haven't been reaching out to you and they haven't been talking to you, they will, like, that energy will come right back because they will feel that cord being cut. They will feel the release energetically. They won't know they won't know why, but they will come back and they will reach back out to you. Again, it doesn't mean you're meant to be together. It doesn't mean that's going to be the person for you, but it shows you energetically that you have the ability to you're allowing the universe to show you what's going to be best for you, really, and you're trusting it. And I know that that's a hard concept. We've talked about that before, but that is all part of this manifesting. And again, not putting out a desperate vibe and really letting go and trusting. I know the universe is going to take care of me. I know the universe is going to provide for me. God, my angels, that shifts the energy and it brings you into a space of prosperity. It brings you into a space of manifesting what you really do want and something even better than what you may currently have. Okay, go ahead, Tink.
That's an incredible story. First of all, I love the story about the person with the job where they got something more than what they even expected because they let go. They let go trying to control of something specific. You can be very clear, but I actually wrote that down to say, that was one of the things I was going to say. I always say that this or something better, this or something better. And it brings me to the person who I had this was years ago. She wanted this house, this specific house. So she put on her vision board. She did everything. She got the house. Like, she was determined to get that house. And there was no other option. She got that house, but it had mold in it. So it's always that house or something better. And then trust in the universe. If you don't get a house that you really want, or you don't get that relationship that you really want, or you don't get that job that you really want, if you're putting out there that you're attracting everything for your highest and greatest good, and you don't get something, it is not for your highest and greatest good. And trust it. And then thank the universe. You've now come from a place of regret or anger or resentment, whatever you may be feeling for not getting what you want, to being grateful. Like, wow, universe, thank you so much, because you just probably saved me money, you probably saved me time, and thank you for bringing the perfect person, the perfect house, who's perfect for me right now, or what is perfect for me right now. So you definitely, that was awesome. I love the fact of saying that or something better, because that is the clue right there. You think you know what you want, but the universe and your spirit guides really know what you really need and what's better for you. So it's a matter of getting in that role of trusting, which is really hard to do. The other thing too, when we're giving off a desperate vibe, this is what's happening. Everything is energy. So think of when you're younger, or even now, maybe people do it now. I know when I was younger, there was a guy, I'd want this guy, and I'd want him. And then all of a sudden, when he wanted me, I was like, I don't know if I really want it now. Like, now that I got it, I don't know. And then when I didn't want that person, they really wanted me. So it's the point of, think of someone chasing. When you're chasing, what's happening? If you're chasing, you're pushing, that person or that thing is running away from you. The moment you pull back energetically, this is exactly what happens. And it starts to go like this. So keep that in mind. When you really want something so bad, think of this. Maybe of a cartoon. And it's running and you're trying to catch it. It's just within your reach, but it just keeps going right outside that reach. Then you turn around and all of a sudden, it goes right to you. So that's what happens. It's the law. I don't know, the law of the universe. It's everything is energy. So the whole moral of the story, no more desperate vibes. Because whatever feeling you're giving off, it's going to be like love and trust, and whatever happens, happens. And really, if you think about it, of what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? If you don't get that job, or if you don't make this money from this place, you might make it somewhere else, more money somewhere else. You don't know. Or what's the word? I just actually had, I had a client today, and I'm not going to mention any names because it's confidential. But it was, they were upset because they weren't receiving a certain amount of money because they wanted to be able to pay college for their daughter or son or whatever, for their child. And I said, okay, so what's the worst that could happen? What's the worst thing is they take out a student loan for a little bit. Is that horrible? No. Is it ideal? No. 80% of the population I'm sure probably takes out student loans. So it's okay. So, but I think sometimes people have a feeling of what they feel like they should be doing or what they feel their responsibility is, or a certain place where they feel like they should be at a certain time. But when you start letting go of all that and realizing that there always is a way to do something, you just have to figure it out. You take away the fear and you take away the worry and you take out that desperate vibe. Where that's what we want. We want to take out that desperate vibe. So we're attracting, putting that beacon of light and letting them come to you now. You've done all your work and you put that beacon of light, it should automatically come to you. And if not, there's still an underlayer of what you're not taking care of that you need to take care of, which we may want to make that I think we should make that a whole separate one, because that could be the other block that you're having. And I think we'll talk about that on the next one, because that's a big one. And it's, I think, important to spend more time on that one as well. And I think we're already probably good on time. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll talk about that next time. Make sense?
Yes. So what was the block that you were saying that we would talk about next time?
What the block is?
Or what do you mean?
Because if you're not taking care of something.
There you go.
That can be a block. If you're not taking care of something, that can also be another block. It's so funny because I'll have clients say, I want to talk about my job or my career, or why am I not getting this money? I'm like, yeah, they're not talking about that. They're talking about a relationship. You mean but she's like, he or she, I don't want to talk about the relationship. I want to talk about why am I not manifesting money? Now they're going to your relationship, and we're going to talk about that. There's many reasons why, but if you're not taking care of your stuff, that's another thing that can be blocking you. So, because the universe wants you to clear your stuff. Makes sense?
Absolutely, yeah. So stay tuned for next video, because that's a good one.
It's going to be a really good one. I'm excited.
I know. Okay, go ahead and sign us out, Tinkerbell.
All right, everybody. Have a magical day and night filled with peace, love, and light. Until next time.